First, let's start by subscribing. Let's describe a scene where the main character of Stella Blade, Eve, wears a Bikini Cyrus costume and defeats enemies with a sword. Eve is the main character of Stella Blade, and her appearance in battle. Wearing her Bikini Cyrus costume was powerful and beautiful. In the sunlight, her clothes reflected brilliant light, and her skin looked even more radiant under the sun's rays. The Bikini Cyrus is designed for combat, accentuating her slender figure and allowing for free movement. Eve held her sword in her hand and looked around to check the enemy's movements. Her eyes were determined, and her breathing was calm and focused. Before the enemies could even recognize her presence, Eve quickly advanced forward. The power that started at her feet spread throughout her entire body, and she approached her enemies with graceful movements as if she was cutting through the air. The moment she swung her sword, her movements were flexible yet powerful. The sound of the sword cutting through the air echoed like a prelude to war, and Eve dodged her enemy's attacks while counter-attacking. Her black light shone through and penetrated the enemy's defenses. Eve did not miss the enemy's weak point, and seized the momentary opportunity to leave deep wounds on the enemy's body. In the midst of the battle, Eve advanced towards her enemies with a confident smile. The Bikini Cyrus costume hugged her body, making her beauty stand out even in the heat of battle. Her movements were almost like a dance, and the edge of her sword flashed sharply. Eve trusted in her own strength and skills, ignored the attacks of her enemies and advanced forward. As the enemies tried to surround her, Eve quickly turned her body. The sight of the sword spinning through the light was a work of art in itself. With each swing of her sword, enemies fell one by one, and she felt herself growing stronger through it all. The battle was fierce, but Eve went her way without fear. As the last enemy fell, Eve let out a soft breath and put down her sword. The surroundings became quiet, and she felt a sense of triumph. Although her Bikini Cyrus costume was slightly wet from the heat of battle, her appearance was still strong and confident. Eve realized how much stronger she had become through the battle, and she looked forward to the challenges ahead. She raised her sword once more, ready to advance towards her new goal. Now her journey was only beginning. If you subscribe, I will work hard and do my best.